started. I'm not actually going to do any drawing here. I'm using Saunders Waterford 300 grams rough watercolour paper. It's 15 by 11 inches, so it's quarter imperial. I'm just using some water here just to paint a sort of a circle, a rough sort of circle shape with sort of 3 sort of petals coming from it. And I'm going to use a little bit of cadmium red here. I'm using a size 8 round brush, and I'm just mixing a little bit of that red in my palette. As you can see there, I'm just dropping in the red paint wet into wet onto the surface there, really just playing around with the paint here just to see what happens. That's what I love about watercolour. So I've just rinsed off my brush. I'm doing the same thing with the poppy on the right hand side here, literally drawing with the water, putting that sort of first sort of shape on just with clean water, and it takes that fear away as well. So I'm getting a little bit more of the red, a tiny touch of pink as well, slightly cooler in colour, just for the fun of it, just trying things out. And I'm just dropping this into the wet surface, the shape that I actually painted with the water. I've actually put a little bit on the poppy on the left there, but just painting this wet into wet. The consistency is quite milky, and I'm doing the same here with the poppy below. So sort of doing sort of 3 circles sort of colliding with one another, and then dropping in this red paint wet into wet with my size 8 brush. So I'm just getting a little bit more red now. The consistency's slightly more creamier, and I'm painting this damp into wet. That means the surface is wet, but the paint is a little bit more damp, I describe it as. So it's not as wet as the surface. What happens there is you can see the sort of shapes stay a little bit. You have a soft edge still, but it doesn't run as much into the wetter paint. So you're getting a more of a darker shade by doing that. And I've actually added a little bit of violet to that red now, and I'm just painting some darks in the center there, so it's quite a creamy color now. And as you can see, the paint's moving into that damp paint underneath now that I painted. I'm adding a little bit of ultramarine and a touch of Paynes grey here, and I'm painting that creamy colour in, sort of damp into damp now. And look how that paint, that dark paint's travelling. It's creating some lovely, interesting textures. I'm using my index finger and printing the finger, sort of pressing hard to create this sort of interesting shape inside the poppy here. Now, these are imaginary. It's a great way of just playing with watercolour, especially if you're a beginner. Nice and easy. But this creates a mark, and later on I'm going to use some of the marks here to create the center of the poppy. So I'm mixing up now a little bit of lemon yellow with some cerulean blue, and I'm painting with my, it's like a reservoir brush, but it's actually Alvaro Castagnet's needle brush, and I'll put a link in the description for this brush. But as you can see, sometimes they're called reservoir brushes as well, so you've got quite a thicker brush at the nearer the ferrule, and like almost like a rigger at the top end of the brush, so it carries lots of paint, and you get these lovely thin lines, which I'm painting here with the cerulean and the lemon yellow. So you're getting a very light limey green, and I'm painting the stems and the sort of seed heads here and the buds wet on dry. I'm mixing up some more light green, and I'm just painting some of the buds here, and just sort of pressing down my brush and then lifting off to get a really nice bud shape. I'm doing the same on the left here as well, keeping everything very, very simple. This is all wet on dry. I've got no drawing here. I'm just sort of making it up as I go along, and it's quite nice and freeing up. I've just added a little bit more ultramarine there. I'm dropping this in now, wet into wet, just to create a little bit of shadow here and there, sort of pressing down with my brush and then lifting up. And I've got my paper at a slight angle there, so you can see the paint is sort of traveling down a little bit. It's got a little puddle there. Sometimes that creates quite a nice effect, a little background for later. I'm just painting in a seed head here, wet on dry, using the lemon yellow now with a touch of the ultramarine blue, and painting in some leaves here, imaginary. I'm not using a photograph. I'm just sort of letting go, just sort of playing with the watercolour really, seeing what happens, practicing. So I'm mixing up a little bit of Paynes grey here with some of the yellow. Any yellow will do, and I'm just sort of got this slightly creamier colour now, so dropping it in damp into wet there just to create a little bit more shadow even on some of the stems there, here and there. Just a little flick of the brush. The main thing with watercolour, a good tip I can give you here, is less is more. So try not to keep painting the same area because it can get a little bit muddy, and if you've got any layers underneath it can disturb those as well and can create muddiness also. So I'm mixing up a little bit more red. It's very, very creamy here, using that size 8 brush and painting damp into damp now, just to create a little bit more sort of colour and shading here to make the flower look a little bit, or these poppies look a little bit more 3D. I'm adding a touch more paint, and the cadmium red can be quite opaque. That means you can't really see the surface of the paper underneath the white of the paper. But in this instance, it doesn't matter. I really want it to look really rich and velvety almost. As you can see there, I'm getting a little bit of a back run because in some ways my painting was drying off a little bit. So I love that with flowers though sometimes, because it gives it that lovely sort of papery, delicate feel of the flower. And those back runs are those cauliflowers and those blooms that you have, and it's when you put a wet wash into a drying wash. In this instance, I kind of want that sort of effect, and it's fun. So I'm using that Neef brush again, that needle brush, or you can use a rigger if you like, and I'm painting really sort of damp into damp again, just some details in the center. If you're worried about doing this, or you're worried your paint will run, just make sure your painting is dry before you paint the center. I'm just going for it here, just having a little play. So I'm going back to my size 8 brush, mixing a little bit more yellow and just putting a pinch of sort of a limey yellowy green right in the center there. Again, you may want to wait for your painting to dry before you do this. And I'm just going to sort of paint a little bit of red on some of these buds here, so they look like they're almost going to come into bloom. And just to sort of finish off, a little bit more of the Paynes grey, quite creamy again. And again, I would say if you're worried about it running too much, let your painting dry. But I kind of want a soft edge, so I'd like to paint damp into damp to get that softer edge. And I'm just painting a few more little darks and details with my Neef needle brush here to finish off. Again, you can use a rigger or even a small round brush, whatever you feel comfortable with. So I hope you've enjoyed this voiceover to these watercolour poppies. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments section below. And if you'd like to see more content like this, why not subscribe to my watercolour channel, where you'll get updates of my latest tutorials. If you'd like to get access to exclusive content, ad-free videos, why not think about joining my Patreon membership? Details about that can be found on the top right hand corner of the screen or in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Happy painting. Bye for now.